Hi there, I'm Simon and welcome to PhotoBite Kids. So PhotoBite Kids is a new dedicated platform where we're going to produce a series of photo challenges for kids aged between 5 and 15 years old. After each challenge, we'll pick some of our favourite images from the challenge and those will go forward into a prize draw where we'll give away some tasty prize bundles at the end of the series. So without further ado, let's get stuck in to our first photo challenge, which we've called the first signs of spring. So the first signs of spring, this could be the birds in the trees, it could be the birds collecting for their nests for the summer, it could be the new shoots, flowers coming through, it could be the light flooding through the window, maybe the new buds on the trees. But have a think about how you're going to shoot this. You could use an instant camera like this one here, you could use a smartphone, you can use a tablet, whatever you have that you can take a picture with, use that. And you know, you may need to get the help of an older brother or sister, or perhaps your parents can help you to submit the pictures to us through social media. All the information's in the description below, so just get stuck in. I'm now going to introduce you to our resident photo expert. It's Professor Gardner. Some of you may recognise him from our regular reviews that we do here on PhotoBite. And so here we are. Without further ado, here's Professor Gardner.
Right, thank you, Simon. As you can see, the wind's picking up a bit, but we're still going to get this video done. I'm going to show you guys what you can take pictures of in the garden. So for me, I've got this lovely, great big green bush, and I've also got this great big tree. Now, remember, the task is signs of spring. So things like that would be trees. So this tree here, during the winter, it loses all of its leaves, and now it's got them all back. And what it's doing is it's busy growing them out. So by summer, they'll be lovely, big and green. And then over here, got this lovely bit of flowers here. And again, during winter, they will actually just disappear. So seeing them out now is a great time to take pictures of them. And this is what we call signs of spring. Also here, we've got these lovely little flowers slowly blooming. And this allows for the bees. So now we're talking about insects that will be coming to these trees and to these plants to come and take the pollen from them so that they can make lovely, gorgeous honey. Right, so you're probably wondering, do you need a camera? Do you need anything fancy? No, you don't. What you do, however, need is just a phone, which is very simple. And the way that I'm going to show you how you can get some really cool photos is I'm going to put my screen record on so you can see what my phone is seeing. So we're just going to turn that on now. And what you want to do to take pictures is go into your camera app, which I've just done. And we're going to start with this flower down here. So it's like this light little blue. Very nice, and you just want to kind of look around and see if you can find some nice ones amongst the big crowd. And I can, oh, that's the fence moving because the wind's picking up, but I can see this little guy here. What we're going to do is get nice and close, and when you get too close you might find that it goes a bit blurry. What you can do to fix that is just tap the screen and that will help focus on it for you. So we're going to keep focusing, there we go, and take a picture. Actually, let's keep focusing and take a picture. There we go. Very simple. And that's the photo. That was very easy. Now you're probably wondering, how can you be a bit more creative with it? Well, that's very easy to do. Is we'll go and we'll find a different subject. So we'll use this big guy here. And as you can see, it's quite tall. It's quite a big plant. So what we can do is to try and show its big size is you can go underneath it and you can see it looks very different. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take my phone and we're going to flip it upside down, and we're just going to find a different angle that we can approach this and take a picture. What's also nice is not just the flowers, but also think about the leaves here. So these leaves have these lovely little shapes in them. There's a lovely top, and you can see it's a bit different on both sides. So you can, in the wind, you can hold it very still. I'll show you some pictures of what I mean. You get some lovely details of the leaves, because what you'll notice is that you've got different plants and they all have different leaves to them as well. So other things to think about is also think about the trees. They also show signs of spring, because during the autumn time when all these go different colors like brown, orange, what they do is there's actually releasing toxins, which it doesn't want anymore, into the leaves, and then the leaves fall off. So during springtime, when it feels better, it then starts growing new leaves. So we've got these lovely green little shoots here, And what they'll do is later on they'll flower, but we're going to take pictures because it's a sign of spring. So we're going to find a different part. We'll go with these because they're a bit easier to photograph. And we're going to think, how can we make this interesting? And I'm going to show you this picture now of what I've done, because currently it's very windy and it's just moving around. So I'll show you the picture of what I took. But what I did is I simply just held it in place, and then I took a picture from where I was holding my fingers. So it was going up the chute and then going towards the tree. What do you think? You know, something to try. So that way when things are blowing around like this, just simply hold them when you're taking a picture. But don't break it, don't yank it off. Just hold it, and then when you're done, just let go. All right? Ooh. What do we have here? Just found these lovely little plants just here. And they're not the most amazing, but they're a sign of spring because they certainly weren't here about a month ago. So what we're going to do is we're going to use my phone, just like so. So as you can see, there is my phone. And you can also think about going landscape as well as portrait. So with landscape, we can get really close and we can get all of them in a bunch. Just going to take a picture. Snappity snap. Just like that. But if we go portrait, you can see we get a bit more height. And what we can do is we can focus on one, like so, get really close. Take a nice little picture, just like that. Now what would be really cool is if we can see some bugs crawling all over here. Be really nice. So if you see any bugs, be very careful when you go up to them because some of them can bite, but you can see when they get really close, they're always going for the pollen and the flowers. So that's when you can get really close and take your picture. Other things to think about is the type of camera that you have. Sometimes some of them will have more than one camera, so you might have a wide angle or a close-up. So play around between the two of them and see what you can get. With this iPhone, I can get a wide angle and I can get a more normal type photo. And I'll show you some examples of what you can get. So if we just go with the normal one, which is just that one like so. And if we go with the wide one, you can see I can get much more in shot. So you can get a bit more in there. And yeah, that's what you can do with just two different cameras. But just see which one works for you. In some cases, you can also zoom in as well. So you get nice and close when you want to get a bit closer. So, apart from flowers, as you see here, there's also other things you can take pictures of. You can take pictures of the big blooming trees. Or you could take pictures of little insects like butterflies. If you can get a dragonfly, that'd be pretty cool. Also think about little bugs that you normally see crawling inside the plants, but don't pick them up and don't play with them. Just take pictures of them, get nice and close, but don't touch them, all right? They don't like to be touched. So you can do that, but also think you don't need a garden. You can also do this on your walk because we're allowed one walk and we're allowed to go outside. So think of somewhere that you want to go and tell your mum and dad, and you can go away and you can take pictures there. And we're really looking forward to seeing what you guys can show to us. I mean, we've just gone with some very simple ones, but they're very fun and very easy to do. But if you can be a bit more creative, go for it. We can't wait to see your photos, and we'll see you next time.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.